Greetings, Mark Thompson here, formerly of Mark and Brian. You're listening to the M25 show, which kind of sucks. Mine are good. Mark and Linda, Daddy versus Daughters. But since you're listening anyway, here it is, the M25 show.
All right. Welcome back to the M25 show. My name's Albert.
And I'm Steve. And that's all you get today. We only get two of us today.
It's a, usually these intros, we're like the bread, and Eddie and Alyssa are the meat and, lettuce. And
the meat and buns.
Today
no, we're the bread, huh?
Yeah, we're the buns. So
okay.
It's an all buns show today.
All right. My favorite. That's what I love.
Not those kind of buns. The carb buns.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Yes, Alyssa and Eddie are out on, what do you call that when they're out on location? Just what location? We don't know.
Special assignment.
Special assignment.
We better hear about this next week. Make it worth it for us.
Yes, we do. Anyway, Alberto, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. We started the show a little late because we were having a discussion before the show, and it just dawned on me. Because I know, Alberto, you do you do the podcast for us, right? Were you recording our discussion?
I recorded it, but it will never see the light of day.
Okay,
don't worry.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, believe me, you've said a lot of things on those pre-shows that I've had to cut out.
All right.
You probably be living in a alley somewhere in a cardboard box if it wasn't for my edits. Okay, so
yeah, usually I wouldn't even think about that.
You always act tough with me that I'm recording. I'm trying to get you, but you
see,
I just want a little bit more entertainment for the podcast fans.
Okay.
So
you see how
I'm not trying to hurt people here.
I really I try not to think of people that way, but you do that. You like to record me when I'm talking right before the show starts.
Well, I mean, I haven't made it a secret.
I was being but I don't think about it. I don't think people are out to get me like that, right? So before the show today, I thought, I was going to discuss something with you, not even thinking that this is what you do.
Yeah.
I would have said, hey, you know what? Can you stop the recording so I can have a discussion with you? I just didn't think of it.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, that's going to get cut out. And
okay.
Usually at podcast people, when you listen to that pre-show, I mean, it's at most, I try to keep it under 3 minutes. But I mean, sometimes it's like, there's like 10 minutes of recording. I have to edit out a lot of stuff.
So on the podcast, people that don't watch the live stream but listen to the podcast later, they get bonus footage before this show.
You get a little bit of bonus before, sometimes even after.
Oh.
Usually I went into Alyssa says goodbye and then I cut the audio.
That just shows you how much I'm into this show. I don't even know about our own podcast. You see, I come on, I do my thing. And don't worry, people that are listening, our guest that's coming on today, probably thinking that I was professing my love for her and all that stuff, and it wasn't nothing about that, right, Alberto?
No.
It was totally something that was between me and Alberto. Alberto and me.
You know, there are private discussions, and
Yes.
that's what that is, and that's how it remains. Even if it's recorded,
Thank you.
in about an hour and 45 minutes, it will not exist anymore.
Very good. I appreciate it. Now, if it was something I was talking about our guest, because I got a lot of hearts running around on me about her, I would be okay with that. You could throw that out there.
I have to cut that too. I don't need her calling the police on you and stuff.
Okay, well, that's true. Because, it's not like I say things that are bad. It just might be a little, how would I say it? You know, when there's those movies, remember those slasher movies where they say it's, is it rated R? You know, with the girls, they run around naked and stuff. And then, I
Most
used to
are
watch
rated
those
R.
by myself. Yeah, I love those shows. Because I was at my peak at that time, right?
Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th or
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, but I think Friday the 13th was better because they had more girls there that were, they were so skinny dipping and.
Yeah, you got those teenagers at the camp.
Yeah,
shit's gonna go down.
That was my puberty shows. Never forget. Oh, we got somebody coming on could probably dig into my brain and figure out why I am the way I am. What do you think?
Well, we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. Okay, before I have her on, do you know what a neuroscience nerd is?
Nerd that's into neuroscience.
Oh, it's that simple?
I guess so.
Oh, Jesus. I was been sitting here all week. I was dissecting.
If you had told me what neuroscience is, okay, maybe that's a bit of a challenge. But I mean,
a neuroscience nerd. Is that somebody who's just totally into it?
I guess so. Either they are neuroscientists, or they.
So if I would say I'm a Sandy Cohen nerd, does that mean I'm somebody I'm really into?
I would believe so. Yeah.
Okay, well that's what I am. I'm a Sandy Cohen nerd because I'm really into her. Is that okay with you?
I don't have a choice in this matter. I'm just here for the ride.
I like how you sit there. We're gonna actually answer me if it's okay or not. Good job.
Well, I don't know. It's up to her if she's okay with it.
Oh yeah. Well,
I can't speak for her. So.
Yes. No, she's really really cool. It's a funny way how I got a hold of her and all this, and when she comes on, I'll ask her if it's okay if we kind of just pinch the tip of that a little bit, if that's okay with her. If not, we will just skip it. Why you shake your head? When I say pinch the tip, it means nothing. Okay? Please stop. This show is a mainstream show all over the world, Alberto. You know that, right? I am on my best behavior.
We've been trying to make it this year. That was the 2023 challenge.
Well, we have, haven't we? We've been doing good.
That was the season 10 challenge. The first 9 seasons, I don't think were really acceptable in most of the world.
Well, you know what they say, like in neuroscience, never look back. I think that's
what
they say.
That?
I don't know. It sounds like they would. We'll ask our guests. I don't know. But I know that's just life. Don't look back. Look forward. I think that's a good way to do it. I guess if you want to look, well, I guess you got to look back at like maybe good memories.
Yeah,
but don't look back at the bad things.
No, I only have bad memories, so.
Oh my. Okay, here we go. Let's bring out our guest. Maybe she could put us both in order. How's that? Okay, so she's so many things. Fine. I don't even know how to describe her. All I know is she's a hot woman, and she knows things. I know we were talking about her with Eddie. He said, "Oh, you're having like the Zen master on or something."
The Zen master.
I go, the Zen master. I go, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm sure she could just, you got to calm down, and you got to be in that groove for people to listen. You can't be mad. You can't be out of your mind to understand life. Am I already boring you, Alberto?
No.
Okay, good. All right, let's get.
I'm just making sure this thing's being recorded correctly.
Oh, okay, yeah, we know you screwed up on that before once, or twice, or 3 times a lady. Okay, let's bring our guest out, Sandy Cohen. Hello, Sandy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be with you guys.
Yes, I was telling Alberto here that it's interesting how we all got here today.
Yes, we should definitely tell that story.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because I hope she listens on podcast or wherever, on YouTube or wherever, because it would mean a lot to me because we had our little moment. I can't say we're together now because I'm going to be together with you. You're my new girl. So,
That's right.
at one time,
Don't
that's how
make
we
me jealous already.
met. Yeah, so I don't want to say her name is Leela or
Isla.
Oh, Isla. See, Alberto, how much I remember? Her name is Isla. Do you want to explain this or should I? I'll let you go because you're a guest.
Okay, sure. So Isla has this magnetic personality and she works for the phone company. So oftentimes people call and be like, oh, my internet isn't working or whatever. And Isla ends up like getting their whole life story and giving them a pep talk, like becoming their new friend. She's just got this wonderful, warm personality. And so she met Steve because Steve must have called because I don't know if your internet was messed up. And next thing you know, Steve and I are friends on Instagram.
Yes, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the gist. Yeah, I was internet dealings or whatever, and yeah, she's a very articulate person, so very easily to get along with. And I would start talking, and I felt so good with her, like really good, right? But I didn't want to come too strong. No, not come to, you know what I mean. But so what I did, I go, hey, I do this show. That's how comfortable I felt to let her know. Alberto, I'm telling somebody on the internet phone. I felt that comfortable to go, hey, you know what? I feel really comfortable talking to you. We do this podcast show and you should check it out sometime. She's, oh, really? And I go, yeah, really. She's, oh, okay. I have a friend that does that too. So she gave me her name. So I wrote it down and I told her, I go, I'm going to get a hold of her. So she probably thought I was just screwing around or something. I go, I really am. So here we are. And if you're listening.
And I told her, I'm like, hey, I'm in touch with that guy who you spoke to. We're friends online now.
See how we expand? It may not be in the best way, but we expand.
That's awesome.
That's right. But anyway, enough about that. So about you. Now, we were talking about a neuroscience nerd.
I'm excited to tell you what this is.
Oh, there's a real definition?
Well, I mean, a nerd is a nerd. So,
okay.
Yeah, somebody who's like digs into minutia where maybe other people aren't interested. But neuroscience is the science of the brain.
Okay.
And what interests me about the science of the brain is actually as it relates to the mind, which is like how we process everything, right? How we think about stuff, how we make sense of our emotions, all in mind. So there's science about the brain that influences or that helps us understand how our minds work. And when our minds work better, our lives work better because we're less likely to like fly off the handle at something, yell at people in traffic, like the kinds of like ordinary irritations and ordinary, like trip ups that we might have in our everyday life. For me, understanding the science of the mind has allowed me to live with a little more ease. And so now I'd like to help others do that too. So that's the kind of stuff that I write about and do coaching about to help people harness their mind. So I say I'm a neuroscience nerd because learning about this stuff is endlessly fascinating to me. And it has real practical applications for our lives, like to feel better, to be less fly off the handle-y.
Okay, that's very deep. And I like deep things. Alberto, we were talking a discussion and he's all, well, what did you say about your memory or something about don't look back? And you said something, I have nothing to look back or forward or I don't know.
I have no good memories behind me, so that's all I can look back to.
Okay, so Alberto has no good memories behind him. That's what he says. What would you say to somebody like that came to you and said that?
Well, I mean, I think that then let's not look back. Then let's look at today. Let's look at right now. Let's look at what would make you feel good now. What would make you feel good today? What are your sort of the deep things that really matter to you? I was just talking about this with someone yesterday. I was talking about our values and she's like, well, what if I don't have any values? And what if my values are all depressing? And I think that that's impossible because when we look at what really matters to us, like for some of us, it's going to be our family or nature, or like, for some of us, it's going to be religion or whatever it is. When we look at those things, we find that, oh yeah, this is the stuff that matters to me. It's just no one really encourages us to look. So for someone who says, oh, when I look back, all the memories are bad, I would say, well, then let's create some like wonderful new feelings now and going forward, and what really matters to you. Like the show really matters to me, connecting with people that I get to interview really matters to me. And then that's where you find the good stuff. Then let's relish in it. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, see, Alberto, I've been telling him that for, well, not exactly, but so what if these like, let's say, Alberto, I don't know how bad they are, but I'm gonna act like I know. Let's just say these things are just so bad that can't forget them. What do you do? I mean, does he need to drink, or what would he need to do to?
Well, I mean, for people who legitimately have experienced trauma, I
Yes.
think that therapy is the answer. You can't just kind of outthink it. The stuff I'm talking about with getting to know our minds is mostly for when you don't, when you've already overcome trauma, already maybe been to therapy. I don't have training in that area, so I'm not somebody who can help an individual work through trauma. So I do think obviously there's room for therapy. I have benefited a great deal from therapy. But once you kind of get to a baseline, then I think it's really wonderful to learn about the brain and the things that help your brain work better, which helps your mind work better. All right, here's something about the brain that I love.
Okay.
So there's this idea, well, it's not just an idea, it's real, called neuroplasticity. And it used to be that scientists thought that our brain was fully developed by about age 25, and then that was it. You kind of like, that was your brain, and that's how you are now. But
Yes.
they've since discovered that our brains change throughout our lifespan. So all the way up till our very last breath, right? We can change our brains. So say you're in the habit of, like how I used to be, of yelling at cars when I was in traffic. I'd yell at my windshield, and I would yell at other cars. And I did that all the time. And it was really stressful. And one day I finally realized, like, who's really suffering from this? Like, the other car can't even hear me. It's me who's suffering. And so that's a pattern I could change. So neuroplasticity means, even though that was my habit, and so when a car would cut me off or people were driving terribly, I would yell. That was my habit, but I could rewire that habit. And so I was able to practice, like, oh yeah, I'm just going to know people are going to come. Yeah, this is Los Angeles. People are going to drive crazy. Let me just decide in advance to kind of be relaxed about it and practice that. And then over time, that becomes your default reaction. So I love this about the brain, because it means we're not stuck with like our shitty thoughts or bad patterns or whatever. And so yeah, I don't know exactly how that applies to trauma, because I think trauma requires some like discussions with the therapist and deeper looking, but anybody can take advantage of the fact that your brain is malleable, your brain is ever changing. So if you start practicing like being kind to yourself, not, shit talking yourself, then those can become new habits that your brain will automatically do instead of automatically doing what it's doing right now.
Wow. See, Alberto? Did that help at all?
No.
A little bit?
No.
Well, I guess you actually had to do it and give it a shot too. I bet you if you tried it and gave it a shot and it worked a little bit, you'd be like, hey, maybe they said he had something going on there. And then you might do it a little more and a little more. Or it may not work, right? But it doesn't hurt to try, right?
Well, I mean, and science actually proves that it works. Like we know from scientific, we know from neuroscience, see, hence neuroscience nerd. We know from neuroscience that this actually does work, that we really can change our brains. That's how people like build a habit. Or for instance, if you're learning how to play the guitar, when you first started, you didn't know how to play the guitar at all. When you first started, your fingers would not make the chords. And then over time, they make the chords with ease, and now you can shred on the guitar. That's neuroplasticity. That's your brain making new connections that say, oh yeah, you want to play an A chord, it's like this. You want to play E, it's like this. And then your brain learns it, and then it feels easy. And you watch somebody who's like a guitarist, and it looks easy.
Exactly. So we need to get Alberto a guitar.
That's basically what I'm saying, Alberto. You got to start playing guitar.
So this is just a long game for you getting me in your band again, huh?
Hey, whatever works, right? Okay, my problem. Okay, all week when I went to bed, I laid in bed, right? And I said, Sandy Cohen over and over and over again to see if I would have a dream. What does that mean?
It means you're a little warped.
That means she's getting a restraining order right now.
Right, yeah, let me dial the police right now. No,
is that true? Like if you really, I always joke around and go, if somebody I want to dream about and if I think about them real hard or something, I'll have a dream. Is that possible, or is that just...
I think it's possible. I mean, research says it's possible. There's not a ton of research into dreams, but it does say that it's possible. There's something called lucid dreaming, where you can actually like be aware inside your own dream and know that you're dreaming, which I have tried to do this. They say they say that like before you fall asleep, you should be like, I intend to have a lucid dream. You know, I intend to be awake inside my dream. It has never happened for me. So theoretically it's possible, but
Well,
I don't know.
You know what, Albert? Have you ever been in a dream and you knew you were in the dream?
I actually have. I mean, I've done that. When you say you pinch yourself to make sure you're awake, and I've actually pinched myself in my dream, and I felt no pain. I go, I'm in a dream.
Did
Oh,
you wake
that's
up?
so cool.
Did you
I mean,
wake up when you pinched yourself?
No.
Well, see, I was in a dream and I pinched somebody too. I kind of goosed them, and I woke up. I didn't want to wake up.
Is that
I
where
don't
you
know
want
if
to
anybody knows that term, goosing. Do they still use that? I don't know. Is that an old one or what? No, but I know I've been in a dream,
50s.
and I know, okay, I'm in a dream, and it's gonna, because usually you wake up in the good parts, right?
Right.
So I go, oh, I know I'm here. I gotta do what I gotta do. Because usually in the dream, like let's say you're whatever it is you're doing, something you like, and you go, okay, you're being maybe a little timid, and you're just okay. I'm like you got all the time in the world, and by the time you're getting to the thing you want to do, you wake up. So I've been in the dream where I go, okay, I know I am, so I gotta hurry up and do whatever it is I'm gonna do. I've done that.
That's lucid dreaming. That counts as lucid dreaming, meaning you have an awareness of yourself in the dream. See, that's awesome. I've not been able to do that.
See, I'm the opposite of Steve. Mine, something's just going on too good, and I go, yeah, this is a dream.
But can you enjoy it in the dream?
I'm having a good time in the dream, but I know I'm going to wake up.
Right.
But do you try to do whatever as much as you can do before you wake up? Like if it's something and you say, this is too good to be true, it must be a dream. Well, hell, I'm going to enjoy it. Since it's a dream, I'm going to get at it.
I don't think so. I think once I became aware, then, forget it.
Oh, look, you got both of us going on.
Well, because it's like if you're in there and this is a dream, it's like Steve said, like, oh, let me just if I can fly in this dream, let me fly around for a while or whatever.
Yeah, you got to tackle it, Alberto. I mean, right? I mean, why not? It's a dream. It's not like whatever it is you're doing, it's your dream, so, it's your...
Yep, sorry, we're, Steve's freezing up there. He's been...
Huh?
You froze up there.
Oh, that's because I wanted to look at Sandy by myself, so I just kind of covered it.
You want me to cut my camera?
No.
There we go.
I needed some alone time there for a second.
Even though you can still see me and all my happy glory right there.
Yeah, so you see when I have to work with Sandy?
You guys are awesome.
But anyway, what about you? How did you come about being this? What you do? Are you a coach?
Yeah, I'm a coach. I'm a writer. I write about well-being and mental well-being and how we can give that to ourselves. Mm-hmm. Well, I got into this because I was a total stress case and miserable in my life, even though I had ascended as high as I could in journalism. So I'm a journalist, and I used to work for the Associated Press, and I used to, interview celebrities and cover entertainment in Hollywood. So I'd go to fancy events, I'd get to meet J-Lo and whoever else, and I was like, why is this not more fun for me? Like, why am I just felt really, really stressed out, and things felt kind of empty for me. I was like, okay, I think something's wrong with me. And I ended up having depression. And so I saw a therapist and had to do all this stuff. And then I realized, I haven't been taking care of my mental health. I just didn't think about it, even though I was using my intellect for my job. I was using my brain for my job, but I wasn't really thinking about the stuff I'm talking about with you guys, like how our mind shapes our reality and how what we think ends up informing how we feel. And I had paid no attention to that. And so I made a shift. Once I went to the therapist and started feeling a little better, I thought, you know what, I'd rather, instead of interviewing celebrities and stuff, I'd rather learn about this. I'd rather learn about the mind and mental well-being and how to keep it good. And I'd rather kind of do that. So that's when I made a shift, and I went back to school, and I left the entertainment position and became a health and wellness coach and writer. So now that's what I spend my time learning about and writing about. And it's so much, not only is it so much better, I feel so much better because I practice what I preach, the things I'm telling you guys to do, I do that. But also I love to tell people about it because I feel like if you know this stuff and it feels doable and relatively easy, then you can make your own life better, no matter what's going on in your life. And so I think that's a huge gift. It's a privilege to be able to talk to people about that and write about that stuff. And then it's wonderful for them because they could feel better.
Wow. Hey, I think that's good. It's positive. It's a positive thing.
Thanks.
Now the part where if people are listening or watching, how can they get a hold of you if they need somebody like you to help them out or guide them, or how can they get a hold of you?
Oh, thank you. Well, you can find me on Instagram, like Steve did, at Sandy, and I try to post some positive stuff there, and I have links there if you want to read some of my work or find out more about coaching. So check me out there, Sandy.
Sandy on Instagram. Alberto, do you have a question for Sandy? I know you do. You got to. Come on.
No.
I know you're negative, but just give it a shot. Give her a chance.
No, I'll let you do all the questioning.
All right. See, I'm trying. I want to say how lovely you look today.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Yes, I was like, I knew she was coming on the show, and I was checking out her Instagram. Like, oh, yeah, it's a good-looking lady right here.
That's
and
very
then now I get to actually, this not in person, but it's as close as you can come doing a live stream. So you look very lovely today. It was worth the wait to have you on.
Oh, I appreciate it. Well, I've been really, as you know, I've been really looking forward to this, and I don't know how often you have somebody on who's talking about the brain and stuff, but I really appreciate the chance to talk with you about it. And I'm like super into this stuff. That's why I said neuroscience nerd.
Yeah, no, we like brains. I mean, I like buns too, but I like brains, and right, Alberto? I like everything. I know she probably heard were we talking about buns earlier?
Yeah, you guys are the buns.
Yes. But brains is good. I mean, you got to have brains, or you know what you're doing. I mean, you have to.
Got to have some of each.
You got to have a little, at least if you got big buns, that's good. And little brains, okay, I can handle that. But if you got both, even better, right? Yeah. So, let me see here. So that's the only way. Do you have you said you wrote books?
I have not written. I'm working on my first book. I write for shondaland.com. I write a monthly column for them about well-being. So you can go to shondaland.com. That's Shonda Rhimes' website. And I write about well-being there. So I've done a number of articles for them and stuff that you can kind of put into practice today, simple stuff along these kinds of lines. So that's probably the easiest place to find my work. I write for UCLA as well, a mix of science and well-being.
For who?
For UCLA.
Oh, Alberto, there you go. That's Alberto's team right there.
Oh, right on.
Yes, right, Alberto? Alberto goes to the games and everything. Hey, there you go.
Oh, sweet.
So what is that website? I'm sure he'll check it out since it's a UCLA. That's not for UCLA, the website that you said, right?
No, so that's shondaland.com.
Okay.
That's where you can see my articles about well-being and mental health. And it's uclahealth.org.
UCLA
health.org. Yeah.
And then you are in there somewhere?
There's at the top that says news. You click there, and then you can read my articles that I've written for UCLA.
Wow, look at this. I found a beautiful and smart woman.
Thank you.
Look at it. It's usually just beautiful, and, I don't have too much luck with finding the smart ones. But I think I hit it this time, Alberto. I think I did it.
Look, you're making me smile so hard my cheeks are going to hurt.
Oh, see, hey, look. I like buns and cheeks. I like it all. Don't worry about it.
And we see a theme here.
There you go. But Alberto loves UC. Do you like the basketball teams, Alberto, or just the football? Or all of it, all of UCLA?
I don't know.
You like UCLA, right?
I just go to the football games.
Oh, football.
Okay. Well, I thought that was like his team, but I guess he just likes to go to tailgating.
I just like to go have fun.
Okay. Well, you see. There you go. That's a start right there.
That's exactly a start.
You're trying to break me, huh?
Yes, we're both trying to break. Now I have some backup here.
Well, and two, because when you don't have a lot of good memories to look back on, when you go to the games, you can create these memories of like, oh, remember how fun that was? And I was with my friends and the team won or the team lost, but we still had fun or whatever it is.
Yeah, there you go. See, I'm even having fun and I wasn't even there. Okay, so also, you do podcasts too?
Oh, yes, I have a podcast. I haven't made any episodes in a while because I'm finishing up. I'm in school right now. I'm about to get a master's degree. Yay, I'm almost done. So I've taken a break from doing my podcast, but I make a podcast about mental well-being. It's called Inner Peace to Go. So anywhere you get your podcast, you can check it out. I have about 60 episodes, so there's something to listen to. I just haven't recorded new ones in a while. So yeah, I'd love for you to check it out. Inner Peace to Go.
Inner Peace to Go on podcast
On Apple
platforms.
or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Yeah.
Okay. Inner Peace to Go.
To go, like in a
Okay.
little to-go box, so you can take it with you.
We're gonna write this down. I know Alberto's getting it all down. So yeah, I've looked at your pictures enough, so I might as well listen to your podcast. So
It's more stuff like this. I like to talk about like how we get in our own way and how our brains hang us up, and then how to get around it so that you could just like feel better.
yeah. How about sadness?
Yeah,
Like
sadness.
when something, let's say like sadness as in hurt, like somebody that maybe somebody you love is sick or passes, or just not doing good, and you're hurting inside, and you're not that type of person to let it out. You keep it all in and all that. Is that normal?
Oh, it's
for a person to do that.
It's totally normal. I mean, I think that, and everyone experiences sadness. And what I'm talking about in terms of like mental well-being, I don't mean to say like, oh, you should always just be happy and like, don't worry about anything. Like, obviously we're going to experience sadness, especially when we experience loss. And I do think it's important to find ways to let it out. I'm not saying you have to, break down in front of other people or whatever, but to even just find ways to let it out, whether that's through journaling or just like going for a walk by yourself and crying behind sunglasses, which is something I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, sadness is normal. Sadness is a part of life. We're all going to experience sadness. No one stays happy all the time. We're all going to experience anger. We're all going to experience the whole range of human emotions because humans experience emotions. So maybe one thing to remember is don't punish yourself for feeling sad. Don't say, oh, I should be over this by now, because you'll be over it when you're over it. But having a chance to express the feeling in whatever form that takes, I think is important. Like for example, our dog passed away last Christmas, and he was real sick. And so I knew it was going to happen. And I was just like having a real hard time with it. And I ended up listening to a podcast. Actually, it was a podcast about grief. And so I would put the podcast like on my headphones, and I would put my sunglasses on, like big Hollywood sunglasses. And I would walk around here, and I would just cry behind my sunglasses listening to this podcast about grief. And it felt like a way to start making sense of the loss that I was about to experience. And I think it was really helpful. I mean, and in that case, I also talked to my husband about it. I mean, it was our dog, right? So he was going through it too. But that was one way that I sort of expressed that sadness. And it didn't even require anybody else. I did it by myself with the podcast.
So basically you find your way.
Find an outlet.
Find it, whatever
Yeah.
makes.
I mean, some people are going to want to like work out in the gym and burn themselves out to get the emotion out. Or, I think for everyone, it's different. But I think it's important to not just let it fester and have no place to go. Let's let it move through us.
Some way,
Yeah.
somehow. I gotcha.
Yeah,
It's not good to hold it in, correct?
That's right. I mean, emotions are not meant to be new permanent states of being. Emotions are meant to be fluid and moving through us. Like maybe you've heard the saying, the only way out is through. So it's like there was no way that Duke, our dog, was going to die and I wasn't going to feel sad. Like it was going to happen. But how could I like experience this so that it doesn't stay with me forever? Or like, when you lose a loved one, pet or person,
Yes.
you don't want it to like ruin your future. And now all you can do is dwell in the sadness. You need to feel that sadness, let it kind of run its course in a way. And part of the way that we allow it to do that is by expressing it in whatever way makes sense and feels safe.
That was one of the most beautiful things I ever heard. Alberto, you know how much I'm a big dog lover, and she's hitting all the right points with me, Alberto. I know she's married, but what am I going to do?
We got a puppy. We since got a puppy a few months ago.
How did that come about after losing a dog that you loved?
Oh, we loved him so much. Duke was such a good dog. Well, we felt like lonely. We felt like we really wanted a dog. And it was funny when I would go out for walks and I'd see dogs, I'd kind of like look longingly at other people's dogs and stuff. So we eventually like filled out an adoption thing. and we were able to get a dog from a rescue. So she's a Doberman, which we had a big dog before. We had a Weimaraner. But this dog is a Doberman, and she's she's a puppy. She's not even 2. So she's a total spaz, huge energy. So it's been a lot of fun. And now we're trying to train her to like, don't jump up and, walk on the leash and stuff like that.
And how was that you're getting over, your past dog. Does that help? Because some people say, oh, I want to wait. And some people go, oh, I want to get another one right away. What does that feel like? I don't know that feeling.
Yeah, we waited almost 5 months, and I think we were really ready to have like a new, baby to put our love into. So it's not like we've forgotten Duke. I still have pictures of Duke on my phone, and it's like one of my save screens, and we have a picture of him in a frame. And so this dog is, our new dog is not Duke, but it's a chance to like make friends with a new dog and have a new relationship. So it's been really good. And I think it lifted my husband's spirits a lot because he was so blue. And so he was like, we'll never get another dog. How are we ever going to get another dog? So it was like pretty dramatic. And so now I can see that he's really uplifted by it.
Make new memories, right?
Yes, exactly.
Very good. That is awesome. I really like that you brought that up. That's a good thing, because even as something, because people, their pets are like, they're your family. And that was a good, there's a lot of things in life that people hurt over or have good times with and stuff. But I'm a big pet lover. So that hit me when you said that. I was like, everybody has something. So I'm glad that you have a lot of things to talk about, because whatever you're talking about may click with somebody and go, oh, that's something that I'm into. And then they can go, okay, I want to see what she says. Maybe it can help me out. I'm sad or I'm happy. And what do I do?
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, we don't have kids. I don't have any kids. I never wanted to. So like my pets are totally my kids. We have a cat too.
Very cool.
And so the love that we give them, they're absolutely family members. We see them more than we see like our parents and stuff,
People, other people. Do you think that would be something? Maybe that's what Alberto needs.
Do you have a pet,
he
Alberto?
he doesn't like nothing and everything, and maybe a pet. Maybe you think that, or do you think they should stay far away from him?
Yeah, just keep the animals away from me.
Yeah.
No, but Alberto, you like pets. If you had a place to have a pet, would you get a pet?
I probably would. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a start. We'll stop there before things get out of control. There you go. Let's stop right there. So we see, Sandy, you came on and you've already he won't budge. And at least we got a little budge in there, and that's good enough. But Sandy, one more time, can you tell everybody how they can get in contact with you if they want to reach out to you? Maybe they want to ask, or I don't know how if as a coach, I'm sure they hire you, or I don't know how that works, or at least get a hold of you and talk to you about those things and stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. You can find me on Instagram at Sandy. And I do have a website at sandycohen.net. And you can read more about sort of my ideas about the brain and how we can make ours work in our favor. And then, message me on Instagram. I'm on there all the time. Thank you.
Very cool. Yes, Sandy's very, very cool. Now that she's on here, she's a friend of our show. Even though I like buns, we like cheeks, we like it all, brains now, we like it all. So Sandy's good people. You're a friend of our show now, Sandy. Anytime you want to come on or you want us to promote anything for you, let us know. Once your book's done, let us know. We'll have you back on. You can talk about your book.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be with you, Steve and Alberto. Thank you so much for having me. I love the way we became connected, and I'm so glad we got to connect here. So thank you so much.
And you tell, okay, let me guess. See, that's the one thing, I can meet somebody, and even if she's hot as heck, well, I'll probably remember her name. But let's say I'm talking to somebody, they tell me hers or his name, and, oh, yeah, nice to meet you. 3 seconds later, I forget. Why is that?
I'm the same. Well, again, so neuroplasticity, what I was talking about before, the way we change the way our brain works. So you and I have a pattern where we think, I forget people's names right away because I totally do the same thing, and I'll be like, oh my God, I can't even ask them their name. They just told me twice and I already don't know it.
Yes.
So yes, we would have to practice that. We would have to practice repeating the name to ourselves.
Okay, it's kind of hard.
She said her name was Jane. She said her name was Jane. Jane of the Jungle. Like make some kind of association in your mind, and then practice.
But Sandy, okay, that would be like if I just met you right on the street. Like you're like a really good looking lady, and I'm talking to you, right, and you tell me, "Oh, my name's Sandy. My name's Steve." I heard your name, but I'm listening to you talk. So how am I going to be in my brain going Sandy, 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 Sandy?
That's totally what you have to do. You have to in your brain go, her name is Sandy. Or you know what else you could do? You could go, oh, Sandy, it's so good to meet you. Like immediately use the name.
But what if she's talking and I'm just in awe and she's talking about stories and I'm just like, Google eyes and just looking and I'm trying to think Sandy in my brain, but you're just like, yeah, I like to go to the beach and put suntan lotion on and all.
Oh, brother.
Same thing. And then I'm just, I don't want to be saying Sandy in my head. I'm just like, just messing.
Again, it is a practice. We can change our brains, so we would have to teach ourselves whatever tricks work for us. But I need to do this too because I forget names right away. But anyway, you don't remember my friend's name, but her name is unusual.
Okay, I know it's not Leela. I don't know why.
No, but it's close. It's close.
Ela. Wait a minute.
Isla. You got it.
Oh, I was gonna say Alberto. Did you remember?
Yeah, I remembered.
Oh, did you really? Or are you just saying that?
I remembered.
So he only heard it once and he remembers. I've heard it a lot of times. And why can't I remember?
When I first met her, I was like,
Isla?
she introduced herself. My name's Isla. 2 seconds later, I'm like, Ileana? Like,
wow.
She goes, Isla. It's literally 3 letters. It's ILA. I was like,
Isla.
okay. I had trouble with it too.
Okay. Isla. Okay.
Isla.
All right, Isla, if you're listening, I appreciate, you know what? Since we're on here, we might as well talk about this internet thing. Okay, so sometimes the internet freezes a little bit, and I may have to get a hold of her again.
You get a hold of her. She dials it in. She totally helped us when our internet went out too.
Yeah, it's like from her, I upgraded, to a high speed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh man, this is great, and sometimes it buffers, and sometimes it does this and does that, and like what, we were better. I was better when it was slower.
Oh no!
But I mean,
it's
it's not her fault. But
No.
maybe she could. Maybe you could tell her to get a hold of me because if I call, I'm gonna get somebody else, and they're gonna okay, well, let's see, let's try this, and you should be okay now. And you know how they talk to you, and I'm like,
I know. I always feel like whoever gets her, like if whoever calls in and she answers, they're so lucky because she's just such an amazing person.
She is, and hopefully, she listens to the podcast and our show. I know she said before you came on, she was going to check it out, and I'm sure she'll check this one out. So wait a minute, Isla.
Very good.
Isla.
See,
Okay.
your
See,
brain's
it takes me a
already
while.
changing.
That's right, Isla. If you're listening, I'm happy that you introduced us to Sandy, and you also are a friend of our show too. So we're all friends. We're all happy. Alberto's happy. He's going to get a pet and stuff, hopefully, and we'll stop right there. And everybody's happy. So thank you so much for introducing us to Sandy. And everybody go check out, I guess Instagram is the best way if you want to get a hold of you directly.
Yep. Message me on Instagram. Sandy. You can visit my website, sandycohen.net. Check out my work on shondaland.com. And let's be friends.
There you go. Get a hold of her. She's very happy. Very happy. It's always good to be around happy people. And even happy people have downtime or, get upset and sad and all that. But that's life. And you just got to learn to deal with life in the way that it's going to work for you. Correct?
100%. And there's strategies you can do that help you get through it with a little greater ease, a little more grace. Yeah.
And a little help from your friends like Sandy Cohen. If you need some kind of help or you need some people need help and they need to reach out to somebody. It doesn't hurt. Sometimes they like to reach out to somebody they don't know.
Right.
Because it's hard to tell somebody they know something that's bothering them. It might be embarrassing. They might think it's embarrassing, whatever, but find somebody to talk to. And our person that we want you to talk to is Sandy Cohen. And
Thank
she's
you
told
so
you,
much,
we'll plaster all your stuff up here on the chat thing and on our page later of how to contact you and all that good stuff.
Thank you so much. It's such a delight to be with you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Sandy, don't be a stranger. You have our message place. You can message me anytime and let us know when that book comes out. We want you
I
back on.
will. I will. Thank you so much.
All right, Sandy, you take care.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. That was Sandy Cohen. Very cool woman. I like your hair too.
Thank you.
I love it.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye-bye. Alberto, what do you think?
Yeah,
Happy?
not much.
Happy person?
Who, me or?
No, her.
Yeah, she seems happy.
Yeah, but you know what? Even happy people have, they have downtime too, and everybody has it. Everybody has downtime. I think that's life. Anyway, let's not have some downtime right now and do what we do best. You know what that is?
Nope.
Damn. Don't even know why are we here?
Well, nobody knows really why we're here.
Well, we're here to make people laugh and entertain people. And
I'm in humans in the big.
oh, you mean just walking the earth?
Yeah.
Well, we're here to. Well, it depends why you think you're here. Everybody thinks they're here for a different reason, right?
Yeah.
So
Usually a wrong reason.
yeah, nobody really knows. Nobody will ever know the right reason until, I don't know. You could say when you die, but then when you die, you're gone. So
Yeah, there's no point.
yeah. Now let's say some people believe
Unless
there's an afterworld or heaven or whatever, and if there is, you're not going to come back down and tell everybody. You're up in wherever is in that place, and you're gone.
Would you be like that? Like, if you died and you go up there and you find out, the reason, and you actually had the chance, but you go, man, what for? I'm done with that.
Oh, the reason we were put on Earth?
Or anything else. Or,
No.
just a, whatever with, whatever the answer is to all the problems in the world.
I think, I don't think so, because what I heard, like, let's say, okay, let's say we'll use this scenario. You believe in heaven. When your time comes, when you pass away, you go to heaven. I heard that once you're there, it's such a wonderful place, and your problems are gone, hurt is gone, everything's gone. You don't want to go anywhere. That's where you don't even think about it. You're just, if you were in a place where you were always happy and everything was joy, never a sad moment in your head.
So basically,
why would you want to go somewhere?
Well, you have to forget everything. I'm sure everybody has loved ones. You have to forget about them. I mean,
well, I think it's so happy up there. I think time, like maybe it would be like a split second. Your loved one would be there. When people die, even though it may take 50 years, but up there you're so happy you don't think about it. But it's just like it was just like yesterday. You woke up and there's my whatever your brother or your sister or your son or daughter. You know what I mean? Things are so happy. You're not sitting there thinking, oh, I can't wait for because you're thinking, I can't wait for them to be here. But in order for them to be here, they have to die.
You're not worried about your friends showing up. You're having your own good time. And when they show up, they show up.
Yeah, you're having such a good time. And life is so glorious. You're having the time of your life. You know how when you're doing something, so you're doing a fun podcast and you're having the ball and time flies. You're like, shit, the show's over already. It's like that. It's like, imagine having something even greater than this, 100 times greater. And, you just don't think about it. And then when the time comes, when those loved ones show up, it's just like you just woke up and, oh, hey, like time, you never lost that time. Damn, I feel like I need to get the big book out and hold it right now.
Well, that's what we have Eddie for, and he's not here.
Well, Eddie's changed a little bit. I don't know whether to trust him up on the altar. I don't know.
He's been slipping?
Yeah, he's been slipping. Walking in on people in the bathroom, and I don't know if I trust him with the good book. We might have to get a hold of Sanjay, Pastor Sanjay. Get him on here. Pastor. Is a pastor a Christian, or is that a Catholic? What is a pastor, Alberto?
You can't see.
What is
I don't know, that might have been me, because I lost the picture.
That was you, because I didn't see any bars here.
Okay.
I got to call Isla. What the hell is kind of internet's going on here?
Sorry, I got the T-Mobile internet.
You better call them too. This is We're gonna put a big old ham radio antenna on my house.
They had to go old school. It's a big old wire.
A big wire to what,
Yeah.
the telephone pole?
I guess so.
Anyway, so what is a pasture? Is that a pasture for a Christian religion or is that a Catholic?
A pastor. I think that's a more Protestant Christianity. Not so much Catholic. It's whatever all the Protestant religions.
So what is Catholic? Is that more like a
Padre and priest.
priest? Okay, I got you. A padre.
Yeah, well, in Spanish.
Okay, got you. Oh, father. A father. A father?
Let me go do a Google for pastor.
All right. Well, I'm just asking.
Uh,
And then I hate to be talking about this and lead into our next topic because I don't know if it's
it's going to be a classic M25 show.
no. It's just it was on the list. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. It just says pastor and minister in charge of a Christian church or congregation.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard pastor is like a Christianish.
Well, it's from, like I said, it's off the Christian, but I don't know which denomination. I think it's off the Protestant. I don't think that's Catholic.
Interesting. Well,
Although apparently some Catholic
tag
priests
this
are
up.
actually called pastors. So we'll get a religious expert next week. So
yeah, I'm still trying to get Sanjay on.
Sanjay,
Sanjay,
Pastor Sanjay.
Pastor Sanjay. He'll tell us. I'm gonna do everything I can to get him. I'm gonna bug him and bug him
How long have we been trying to get him?
for a long time. And he almost had him too, but he's all
pre-COVID.
I have to do it in the evening. And then I kind of
You
go,
know-
okay, well, I'll wait. And, maybe he'll have open time or later.
Well, I mean, it was harder back in the days because when we were doing in studio, getting us into the studio in the evening.
Yeah.
Now that we're all at home, it's just a scheduling problem. But we could do an evening show easily.
I think I can get him. I know he has had a book out. It's been a while, but I'll just say, hey, books never go out of style.
Yep.
You could, unless he's got a new book. I don't know. It's like I need to get back on it because that's one thing we've never had on the show is a pasture, and we need that.
There might be a good reason for that.
Yeah, but I think this year's been a different type of M25 show. Maybe he's looking, going, okay,
Just-
everybody could turn a.
Do you want me to go delete all the past 9 years, 9 seasons?
You have to delete almost all of them. So if people
I-
want
I-
to listen to our podcast, how many will be left?
I don't know
3?
what number did we start. I think this is the 27th episode of the year. So
Well, they got 27. That's good enough.
yeah, just get rid of our past. We don't need it.
Yeah, like Sandy said.
Well, I think
if it's
I
bad
think we
past,
could
don't look.
we could keep the first show that we were pretty clean, and maybe the second, and then
After that, it went.
we
bonkers.
lost our way.
Well, you know what? I think it was a good experience because we were able to come back from it. Yet we still have that, where we can talk about that stuff a little, and so people from the old school that like us they understand us.
And if you want more of that, you can always go back.
That's right.
They're all archived.
Yeah, there were some rated R shows, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're not ashamed.
There were some
I'm not
rated
ashamed.
X shows.
Okay, rated X, whatever, RX. Does it matter? X and
And-
R,
NC-17
NC-17. So what?
or rated for us NC-21, and we're the one on 18-year-olds. They can't handle.
I like how people that when they hear about sex and nakedness and all that, like they like like they don't even know what that is. Or folks, you were born naked, and when you have sex, most of you are naked, and you like sex. You like boobs, and if you're a girl, you like man's private area, and everybody likes it. But we say something, and we're the bad guys.
You guys are dirty.
They ain't no dirtier than you are when you get in that bedroom. That's right. You like buns as much as we do.
You want an all bun sandwich?
That's right. I like buns. Damn. Getting a little down now because I don't have any buns right now.
Get Sandy back in you need to pick me up. And another freeze here, folks, for the podcast people. Sorry about that. If you can see, Steve's frozen in the happiest way he can be.
I don't know. This is Isla. I'm gonna have to get a hold of Isla. This is nonsense now.
I don't know. I don't know how this plays out on YouTube and Facebook, because I know there was
it plays on.
The show that I wasn't on. I remember. I guess you started freezing at the end, but when I was playing the back for the record, everything seemed perfect. So I don't know.
How about the one that when it first started, when we had that band on, or those two guys from the Weaponized? Remember that was when it was bad.
I think that was our first show back from our extended break, and that was really bad for you. You were really breaking up that show, but I haven't been back to see it.
But the podcast was,
I know StreamYard. Yeah, the podcast was bad.
Okay.
Because the podcast, when I'm here for the podcast people, it's being recorded live. When I'm not, when I have to miss the show because of work or whatever, I go pick it up on YouTube and record it. And usually those shows don't have a pre-show. But so that's, if you're listening to a podcast, that's the big difference. So usually if I'm recording live and Steve's freezing up or I'm freezing up, you're gonna hear all those words on the podcast. Like I said, the last show when I wasn't here, you said you were freezing up, but everything seems fine. And I know StreamYard has the thing that I guess even if you have problems, they fix it for you after. But I don't know if that's the same as will that happen on a live stream?
Really? So like if there's like some freezing or buffering, they'll fix it?
Or they say, if the guest comes on and it's like all blurry and stuff, they allegedly fix it.
How do you know this?
I get advertisements on Facebook for it and stuff.
For what we use?
StreamYard, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I don't know how that works. I don't know if you have to go back in and re-upload or something.
Interesting. I did not know that. You know what? Before we move on to this topic, you know what? Richard, right? The Bigfoot hunter.
Yeah,
so
is he out in Colorado?
He texts me,
Still
right?
Searching for the truth.
Before the show, right? And then
yeah, I'm surprised not during the show. That's usually his MO.
Yeah, me too. But like, he kind of knows now. Like when we're gonna do the show, I go, "Hey, you gotta come on," and he disappears. I think he hides or something. I don't understand. I can't figure it out. It's like when somebody wants to do something and like say you got some time before it happens. Oh yeah. But then when it's showtime, when it's time to get in front of to do the thing or whatever it is, they disappear and go hide.
You get stage fright?
Yeah, there you go. I think it's stage fright. And then I'll hear from him again right after the show.
Richard, nobody's watching. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You know who's watching? Him. He's watching. He's watching us. I don't know. And it's our fault that he's got a screwed up setup. It's our fault. He's got a messed up setup. We can't hear him. It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to just pop on and have something simple, it's not that complicated. As easy as just a headset or earbuds or whatever, like you said. It can be as easy as that.
Anything with a microphone.
I don't know.
I think you don't even need the microphone. I mean, we get all these guests who we can hear the feedback because they're playing it off their speakers.
Well,
I think if we just turn it down a bit to the point you can just hear, you'll be fine just talking into your phone.
You think so? Just turn the volume down all the way?
Yeah, maybe go halfway so it's not too loud on the feedback.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think he's just afraid.
Yeah, I do too. When the show's over, my phone's gonna blow up. Hey, what's up? What's up, SA? Hey, what's up, homeboys?
Hey, can I be on the show this week? Yeah, show's over.
He's on. What time's the show today? Get out of here. Or he'll text me tomorrow too. Hey, no show today? No, he'll say no show today. Like we skipped the show this week, and I go, shut up, dude. You know it was yesterday.
Don't worry, Richard. We'll be 5 days a week soon.
Okay, the definition of a dead F.
A dead F?
Yeah, F.
Dead fuck?
Yes. You know what the definition? Can you look it up for me? If there's an
I,
actual definition.
I'm assuming I have to go to Urban Dictionary for that.
Yeah, whatever. That's the best. Hey, what are you talking about? They're accredited now.
Are they?
Yes, I read them in the Wall Street Journal. They have finally been what I said. Forgot what I said. See, I got that memory loss.
Well, I don't get that if I get dead fish,
Dead fish.
dead fuck,
Yeah,
dead flies, dead fuck.
Yes.
All right, their top definition: a girl who does nothing the whole time while having sex.
Yes. Just laying there. Do you think guys would care and they're happy they're there, or you think they would be upset going, at least act like you like it, or would you be like me and just be like, oh, whatever, you don't like it, whatever, thanks for letting me pop in? What do you think?
I like the second definition best.
What?
When proceeding to have sexual intercourse with the opposite sex, your partner appears to die.
Oh boy.
Foreplay can be very active and passionate, but once the penis is inserted into the woman, she becomes incapacitated.
Wow, she acts like she's dead?
I guess so.
Is she doing that because she doesn't even want to be there? Or she's playing like a corpse? Is that some whole another role play? No.
Necrophilia.
No, I think it's more of the girl's just really not interested in
I think
getting it from him right then.
Third one: when having sex with a female, she proceeds to lay there motionless, and just stare you in the eyes. No emotion whatsoever. Doesn't appear to be interested in the physical happenings of the moment. Alive but resembling a dead body by her lack of movement.
Oh, I thought that was normal.
Well, with you it is.
So has anybody out there ever had a dead?
I think, Steve, you need to learn some new moves. I mean,
no, the only move that counts is only move I got is the finishing move. That's all I need.
I was just going back to the second one. I know foreplay for you isn't important, so
no. Why should it be? Before. What do you need foreplay? How about is spanking foreplay? Like hurry up, get in the bedroom, hurry up.
Let's look for the definition of foreplay.
Now we can't get you out of the dictionary now.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the definition of foreplay?
A phase in which the couple get ready for sex. It can include kissing and touching anywhere around the body, which will sexually arouse and stimulate the pair of lovers.
Oh, you got to be in love to do it?
Or just be a lover.
Okay, so foreplay and dead F.
There's another one. Any misrepresentation about yourself for the purpose of getting laid.
What is that? Can you say that in English?
Basically, you tell the girl whatever just to get her in the bed.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, here's the thing, because the guy, that always makes the guy look bad, right? But doesn't the girl kind of know? And she just plays along because she actually wants to do it too? It's almost like the girl's kind of dumb, listening, believing everything she hears. What do you think? Why does the guy have to be the bad guy? Why can't it be both ways and going, yeah, he's saying everything he needs to say to get her, and she's so not that smart and gullible. Okay, like she's a dingbat. Yeah. I mean, how about this, people? She does know, and she's like,
yeah, she wants it too, but
yeah, she's like, oh, okay. Even though she doesn't believe a word you're saying.
You're saying she has to play her part,
Yeah, she doesn't believe a damn word you're saying, but her legs are spreading.
She's like the old school woman. They're not supposed to want it, so they have to pretend.
Yeah, what's wrong with a woman wanting some sex? There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
I don't think bad upon a woman because she wants to have sex. Do you?
No.
Why? What's the big deal? Why does it have to be so innocent in the white, the white purity? That's over when you're together with somebody you like them, and if you want to do that, do it. Everybody bashing the guy because he's saying everything, Maybe the guy means it. Maybe he doesn't. But who's
maybe he means it in the moment.
Yeah. Who are you to? And it's probably mostly the ladies, and then our jealous dudes. Who are you guys to say that I don't mean it? I'm just saying everything I can to get the underwear off. Maybe I mean it. Right?
I guess so.
Okay, well, who's out there to judge? Who's holding the good book? Who's holding the good book at the altar to let us in?
The people at Urban Dictionary.
It's not the good book. It's the Urban Dictionary they're holding.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, I think sometimes a guy gets a bad rap that way, and I don't think they should. Nor should a girl if she wants to have sex. A woman,
That one
she shouldn't get a.
definition.
What's the
That one
what do you
definition.
define? What do you
One of
define?
the definition I told you, the misrepresentation, has 131 thumbs up and 153 thumbs down. So
I bet
it's
that's
pretty
what we're
mixed.
talking about. Okay.
Yeah, like you're saying, if it's wrong or not. Some people
Yeah.
agree with that is wrong, and some people say no, it's not wrong.
I don't think it's wrong to do that because what you're doing. Okay, let's put it in this way. Let's say a guy wants to just sleep with the girl, right? And what is the thing they say? Oh, he's just trying to get in her pants, right? He's saying all these things and whatever. And you know what? The guy's he's sweet talking her, I mean, you could sweet talk when you first meet somebody. Is that wrong? If you meet somebody at a bar or a club or a function and you start sweet talking them and stuff, is there something wrong with that too?
No.
You don't have to get their pants off to be sweet talking somebody. What is that different than, okay, you guys go back to your place or her place and you sweet talk her again because, you're probably going to have sex. So why wouldn't you sweet talk her? What are you going to do? Put her down and she's going to take her. Well, maybe they would, huh? If some girls like that, if you put them down, they'll take their underwear off faster. But in a real world, you're going to talk, hell, you're hot, you're sexy. You're going to talk nice because you're going to be with that person. So you call it sweet talk, call it talking shit, whatever you want, but you're complimenting the woman that you're going to sleep with. And whether she knows it or not, she probably does. That's part of I think that's all just role play, like you said. It's all she knows you're It's a role play with meaning. Because I'm sure the guy means what saying, yeah, I can't, you're so beautiful. She probably is beautiful to her. Why would he want her naked? Why would you want somebody naked if they're not beautiful to you or hot or attractive to you?
Yep.
Unless I don't know, unless you drink a keg of beer and
Beer goggles.
Yeah, you got the beer goggles on, but still, at that moment, it's a beautiful person in front of you.
Regrets for the morning.
Yeah, leave it to. Don't look back and don't look forward. Be in the moment, right?
Like Sandy said.
Just be in that moment. Deal with tomorrow later. Or hopefully you're gone and she's gone, and maybe it'll be just one of those blurry memories and go, I wonder what happened. And for the record, you probably don't know, probably don't want to know, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, since we got that out of the way, we got
the foreplay out of the way.
Yeah, you say things when you're who knows what people say? Everybody says crazy things and out of this world things and beautiful things, romantic things, stupid things right before they have sex. That's just the way it always gonna be. There is no real line you're supposed to say. Some people just go, "Hey, you want to do it?" There's a line for everything.
Hey, if you're that good, go ahead.
Yeah, they're like, not tonight. Okay, let's watch something. Let's turn the TV on. Or okay, let's go. It's just everything's different. You could tell a line that's the most beautiful line in the world. It's probably more of the newbies, the newlyweds or the people that just met, because it's exciting and it's like you haven't been inside her yet, or she hasn't been on top of you yet, or however you say it.
It's all new to you, so
yeah, it's
you're excited.
Yeah, you're like,
and then after 6 months,
not that you're not excited, but hey, I can have, let's say you're married or you're a girlfriend and boyfriend and you're together for a while. Hey, this is who I'm having sex with, so you can actually ask them. That's pretty cool. You don't have to, somebody you don't know, you don't just go up and go, hey, you want to have sex? Unless you're like Johnny.
Yep.
A girl, just walk up to somebody and go, hey, you want to have sex? But if it's your wife or your girlfriend you've been with a while, you can turn to them, hey, you want to have sex? And they'll say yes or no. Pretty simple. What a simple life, and everybody have to drag people through the gutter. And we're talking about all this because of our show in the past. See what you started?
Don't look back.
Don't look back, and especially don't look back in anger. Anyway,
You trying to tell me something?
yeah, don't look back in anger. Just
Whoa,
don't
whoa,
look. Just don't look.
What we discussed last show?
Yes, just don't even look.
Yeah. You want me just to forget all that, huh?
Just forget it. I
Just
wish
look-
they had like a cyanide pill that would help you like forget that stuff.
Just look forward to all the other things you're gonna piss me off with.
Yeah, just say there's gonna be
Yeah,
there's gonna be more.
There's gonna be brand new stuff for me to get mad about.
Yeah, so don't be disappointed that you're gonna lose all those bad memories and all that. There's gonna be more. Don't worry about it.
You'll get sick another time, and you'll send me some more vomit
Yeah,
audio
there
clips.
you go. Yeah, you can erase that. Don't worry. There'll be another one someday somehow.
You're actually gonna get better. You
Yeah,
got a better
this
phone
time-
now.
Yes. You're gonna get all the high definition sound.
The Dolby 5.1 or whatever surround sound.
Yeah, you're gonna hear the dry heave. The dry heaving? Oh boy, that's the hardest one. That makes your chest sore.
I'll hear the individual chunks hitting the water.
Oh god. Did I actually even throw up?
Yeah,
It hit the water?
yeah, you can hear it. I remember in the toilet. Whoosh. Yeah.
Do you have that? You should make that into a little clip because that was one thing out of all. How many shows have we done all together?
Episode 383.
Out of all the 383 shows that we've done, that clip is the only thing I can remember that made me really laugh hard. Oh, I think because you put the circus music behind, that was something that made me laugh. Sometimes I try to go find it, and it's so hard. I got to go through all of them, and I wish I had a little sound bite of it. Just, when I want to laugh real hard, I can listen to it, and hey, see, this is things you could do, like Sandy's saying. You find something that makes you laugh. Did it make you laugh?
Not at the time. No, I was trying to eat. I was here eating my dinner, and you're sending me all, I'm throwing up and blah. And God damn.
I didn't think you believed me.
I
That's why.
think I had to turn my phone off.
What were you eating?
I think it was got some
Steak?
pizza.
Oh, you're having pizza.
Yeah, I think I got some Pizza Hut. and then you start sending me that stuff. I'm like, God damn.
Oh my gosh! Do you think we could make a soundbite of that, or no? Was that too hard?
I have to go pick out the show, and then
Next week, you know what? Next week's my birthday show. Can you please do that for me? Can you
Yeah.
make me for a present a soundbite so I can keep with me?
I'll get you a fucking gift card.
Oh, it's that hard to do that? Yeah.
I'll work on that.
Look at
Just for your birthday.
Don't do it while you're eating. Just you already know what's gonna happen. It's like a movie you're gonna go see. It ruined it for you. You
Yeah.
already know what's gonna happen, so you know.
Of course, I remember on the show. Eddie and I were talking all over it. So maybe I'll just clip that part of the show and we'll play it. A best of Steve memory.
What would?
Because I don't have the
Oh,
audio.
that's
I don't have the original audio files. I mean,
You have
mean,
when you played it on the show.
and then there'll be background music on it and everything.
That's all right. That was kind of the funny part when everybody's laughing too. That was kind of funny too. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fine. That clip is cool. That's fine. I would hope you don't have the original. Shit, that would have been an
No.
oldie.
I've been
but
doing a lot of stuff on my phone, so it's not there. It was probably, I forget what phone it was, like 3 phones ago.
What was that in 2000? That was an early show, right? 15, 16?
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
those
like
were.
it was under 100 episode number.
I wonder what phone I had then. Was that a
The iPhone 1.
yeah, or BlackBerry maybe? Of the BlackBerry era.
I remember you had a BlackBerry.
Yeah, I had a BlackBerry once. I like that thing. That was pretty cool. At the time, that was a pretty cool phone.
You had all the good stuff. You had the BlackBerry. You had the Zune.
Oh yeah. I wish I had a Zune. They don't
Uh,
make them no more.
remember, Sandy. Don't look back. Don't look back on your
Yeah.
Zune.
Yeah, you really give. Yeah, now you got me. Damn. I thought the Zunes were the best thing. They just messed up somewhere down the line. They screwed it up.
They couldn't compete with the iPhone.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, because they were competing with the iPods. Now I get it, Apple was the thing, and then Zune came around with something like it. But the thing that they had different than they didn't, they had a radio on theirs, like a FM radio. That's what I liked about it.
Well, actually, hope I don't mess up the audio. This little podcast iPod actually has a radio, the little minis.
But is that an old one?
They're all old now. They don't do them anymore.
Oh, so
remember. So the little mini one, they actually put a radio on it because I know I've listened at FM radio, FM tuner.
Was it after Zune?
That one came out after Zune.
Okay, well, they probably figured, hey, that's a good idea, and maybe that's what put Zune out of business. Because Apple was popular anyway. The only thing that Zune was competing with them at that time a little tiny bit is because they had the radio.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I got it. Otherwise, I would have got Apple.
But the whole thing about the iPod is you don't need the radio anymore. You got all your songs. It replaced the Walkman, which at best you had you make a cassette tape, mixtape.
But listen, at that time, that's when talk radio was big too. Yeah. If you wanted to hear a station with that talk on there, because the podcasts weren't. There was no podcast back then. I don't think.
Very.
Where you could go and go, hey, I want to hear Mark and Brian. I want to hear whoever your DJs were in that time. I want to hear them. You had to tune in the morning or whenever they were on at night. You didn't have to. Oh, I'm going to go hear the replay later. There was none of that shit.
Yeah. Well, some would actually do it, but they remember when we were working overnight. And I would get that show and we would play it all night. There was no infrastructure. There was no like we do it. Like we do the podcast, and I put it up on these services, and they send it out to everyone. Back then, they would put the MP3 files on their website, and I had to go and download them all, put them on iTunes, and make the playlist. It was
different.
I guess around 2010, whenever that FM talk radio station here in Los Angeles went off the air, and Adam Carolla started doing the podcast. I think he was like the first. I guess
Well, see,
there were enthusiasts who just did it kind of like ham radio, but he was like the first who actually made it something that
That was in 2010, though. I'm talking when Zune was out. That was like in 2005.
Yeah.
2006. That's when I don't remember any of that stuff going on.
Even then, even the early iPhones, internet wasn't part of the deal.
No.
Once the iPhone came out, and then because even
I didn't even think the iPhone was out at that time. It was just didn't the little that thing the player you had come out first, or was that after?
The iPods came out first.
Okay,
so the iPods and the Zooms, remember, they came out first, and it had like you had to do everything off a computer. Like you had to connect the thing into the computer, put your songs on the computer, and have them downloaded.
Yes.
And then once the iPhone came out, and it was like 2008, 2007,
you could do it on the phone.
And remember that was. I even forget if you had like if you had. I think you did. You had like regular internet off the towers.
Yeah, you had it.
But remember, in the beginning there was this, talking and texting. That we didn't have apps. We didn't have.
You had to. You could pay for data. You could pay. It was weird how you did it. I think you could pay for some. There was no unlimited. You had to pick your. You had
unlimited after 7:00.
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah, remember the little window? There was a window. Was it a screen or something like that where you could go all out?
Yeah. Unlimited. After 7:00 and unlimited weekends.
That's right.
Because back in the days we actually used phones to talk.
Yeah. Same with text. The text was the same too. You could text at that time, and remember, to texting you would have to pay for how many words you send. It went by words.
Or I think you had like a limited amount of text, and then after that it was like 10 cents each or something.
Yep. That's why you text text at night.
I remember I used to get my first cell phone bills, and you get this like envelope like really padded, and like you get all your texts would be there. Like every text you send, they would actually send it to you. Like you.
Oh, damn! Man, that's not good. There was no way of getting away with anything then.
Well, I mean, remember actually when texting first happened, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't do it, and then now everybody texts, nobody talks.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody talks. You be texting somebody and they'll call and you don't answer.
you
Just
hit the
wait till
red
it's
button,
over.
you hit the red button and you go, hey, what's up? You text them back.
You wait till the ringing stops and then you say, hey, what do you want? Through text. Or make up a lie. Hey, I'm in a meeting right now. Sorry, I can't pick up the phone.
So anyways, that bombing episode was episode 22.
Oh, see,
December
that was
1st.
way back. What, 215?
So you had a bad
214.
Thanksgiving. 2014, that was our first year.
Yes. Yeah, I was sick. I was sick bad that day. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Crazy.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, you want to give our sponsors a shout out real quick before we get out of here? I'll let you do it since Alyssa's not here.
My responsibility today?
Yep.
I just know
Alyssa's on vacation. What are you gonna
well, I can talk about Natural Wonders. And Natural Wonders, they create high performance health and wellness products that spring naturally from the 7 natural wonders of the world. At Natural Wonders, they want you to be as clean and as beautiful as nature intended you to be. To them, you are the natural wonder. And if you go to naturalwonders.com, you do your order, you enter the code, the M25 show. The M25 show, kind of like down there in the corner, all squished together. You're going to get 25% off your order. And all the good stuff. They got like shampoos, conditioners, lotions, face lotions, hand lotions, everything that make you look and smell good. As Alyssa says, she raised about that rose lotion or something that it makes her smell good.
Yes.
So anyways, go to naturalwonders.com. If you're listening to the podcast, easiest way, you go down to the show description. You'll find the link. You'll find the code. For you watching me on the big screen, right behind me, the m25show.com. Hit the sponsors link. You'll go to the sponsors page. It is the top sponsor right there. Link and code right there.
Very, very good. And right after that, our newest sponsor is O'Hara's Landscape. And instead of me reading all this, because I haven't yet have it soaked into my brain where I could just do it like a real good commercial, I recorded one. So I'm going to do that because we like to do our commercials professionally. And I'm not going to sit here and just read it while you guys watch me read it to you. That's not the way it works, right, Albert? Didn't we have a discussion about this? You fake it until you make it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to play a commercial.
Actually, we'll just tell the people. Eddie's out making a commercial with he's out there landscaping right now. So
yeah, he's doing what he was brought up when he was little. You know how they were pulling weeds out in the reservation and all that, or not reservation. Where is that out? Not the
hacienda.
Yeah, in the hacienda when he was laying the clay, building his first house, and all that stuff.
For it to be stolen.
They actually, when they were building his house, instead of using clay, they used Play-Doh. That's why it was easily taken down. They were so amazed at this jar and the stuff that was in it, this soft putty, and the can was real bright, like a yellow. It had the little face on it, little cartoon, and they thought this was the next biggest thing on how to build house. They didn't know it was Play-Doh for kids.
Yeah, the first time it rained, the house melted.
That first time they got drunk and ran into the wall, their face imprinted on it. They're like, "This is a magic. This is great." Okay, anyway, Eddie, you have fun out there in the house. What is it, the hacienda?
Yeah.
Isn't that like a place in Mexico? Or what is that?
Yeah,
actually
it's like I think we would call it an estate here.
An estate? Okay, the hacienda. All right. Okay, here's our other sponsor. Newest sponsor is O'Hara's Landscaping. They do everything. I'm just going to play a clip of a commercial, and you'll get the gist of it and how to contact them and get a discount if you mention our show's name. Hi, this is Steve from the M25 Show, and I'm here to talk about our new sponsor who has just jumped on board with the M25 Show, O'Hara's Landscaping, Tree Trimming, and Plant Nursery. These folks do it all. Lawn trimming service, tree trimming, pruning, tree removal, tree stump removal, sprinkler and irrigation system installation, repair and automation, planting service, sod and seed lawns, purchase trees, bushes, flowers, sod, fertilizer, mulch, cleanup and removal, pest and weed control, masonry, brick, concrete, fencing, and patio covers. You guys can visit them in person at 8591 Hale Avenue. That's Heil Avenue, Hale Avenue in Westminster, Orange County, California, 92683. Or you can give them a call at area code 714-805-1103. Visit their website at o'haraslandscape@gmail.com. And at all of these places you can contact them, you will get free estimates up front. So these guys are great. They service all of Orange County and Los Angeles County. And one last thing, do not forget, whenever you get a hold of these great people, mention the M25 show and you will receive 10% off whatever services you get from them. 10% off. All you got to do is say, I heard about you guys from the M25 show, and they will give you 10% off. So go check these folks out. They're great. Okay, folks, let me explain here. Commercials are usually not that long, but we just want this to soak in your brains because usually a commercial is going to be about 30 seconds or less. So we want to play out, and so you guys don't forget, this is our newest sponsor. Everybody needs some kind of landscaping, and I know people can cut their grass on their own and stuff like that, but there's other things that you help with, and these guys do it all. So if you need help, give them a call. And don't forget to mention our name, and you'll get 10% off your whatever order you order.
Whatever service you want.
Whatever service you want. There you go. So, anyway, is it about that time? Or did you got anything else going on that you wanted to talk to your podcasting, the podcast platform?
Our podcast listeners?
Podcast listeners. I do. You know what you could tell them?
What can I tell them?
Tell them to, because a lot of people don't listen to the podcast and they won't subscribe to the thing, right? You could just listen without subscribing, really, right?
Yeah.
I think you could just type in the name and then you see it and you push play.
But just like on YouTube, I mean, you can just you don't have to subscribe. You have to search for it. So I mean, if you go to whatever podcast provider, podcatcher, as they call them, Google, Apple, Spotify, just it won't be there for you. You have to go do the search and find it, and you'll find your episode. If you're trying to hide it from your loved ones, I guess, like Eddie.
Well, the whole point was I was telling them, that's cool that you can do that if you want to listen to it like that, but it helps us if you subscribe to us. It helps us spread it out through whatever platform that you listen on. To say it's iTunes. You click subscribe. The more subscribes we get, I don't know how they do that over there, but that's how it spreads out the word about our show.
Or if a lot of people subscribe at once, they go, hey, you know what? This is, I guess this is new and interesting, this 10-year-old podcast.
Let's check it out.
They'll recommend it to people who usually don't listen.
Yes. And if there's a lot of it, sometimes it'll be on the side somewhere. I mean, it takes a lot of those, or if you comment on it too, I think that helps. Like if you leave a review or something like that, the more reviews and subscribes that our show gets, you'll see. I mean, you have to have a lot, but that's how sometimes you see the little podcast pictures of the shows on the side sometimes. Yeah. It's like saying, hey, check this show out, because they're getting a lot of, what do you call it? They're getting a lot of buzz.
Traction.
Or whatever you want to call it.
Buzz.
Yes. And that's where we want to be, where our show logo or pictures just up on all the platforms and everybody can get a chance to listen to us. And the same for YouTube. Subscribe to the page. You don't subscribe and just watch. It doesn't help us out. I know you get to watch a nice show, a cool show, but help us out too. Click the damn thing.
You know what? Even if you don't want to watch it, hit play and go take a shower or something, and
click subscribe. Click
and
subscribe, and I don't care if you turn the show off. Just click subscribe and split. Right?
Make up a bunch of accounts and subscribe.
All right, whose Facebook user is that? Richard? Does that mean I gotta go look, or can you do that faster than me?
Good morning, Steve. Yeah, probably Richard.
Yeah, right when the show's gonna end. Hey, what's going on? I didn't know you guys are doing a show today.
Oh, today's the show day? I wouldn't know.
I'm doing a show every Thursday for I don't know how long. Heavy. No, because he wouldn't say my name.
No, we got Charlie Brown Jr.
Oh, Charlie Brown. We're gonna have to have Charlie on. You know, he's a very cool guy. He's always sharing our streams, our posts, everything, our promos. Very cool guy. Maybe one day he can come on, and because ever since we've been doing the stream, at least, he always shares our stuff. Always.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just I don't know, fan, listener, something. But thanks a lot, Charlie, for sharing and hanging out with us as long as you have. Maybe one day you can come on, Charlie Brown. Charlie
Brown Jr.
Charlie Brown Jr. Oh, you think he's the kid? You think
guess,
he's Charlie Brown's kid?
Charlie Brown Lucy got it on.
Yes.
Finally.
Hey, so Peppermint Patty, is that a girl or a boy? Have they ever settled that?
I'll have to.
Because you kind of think didn't she act like she kind of liked Charlie Brown kind of, or he? I don't know. Think it was a he. I think it was a girl. Remember, he was kind of chummy with Charlie. I thought she liked him, Peppermint Patty. Did anybody know if Peppermint Patty was a girl or a boy?
According to Wikipedia, it's a girl. Her full name is actually Patricia. I cannot pronounce her last name right.
Patricia?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, we found something out. So, see, she did like him. I told you. It seemed like she always had like a crush on him. And then Charlie, he didn't care for her, huh? He liked that other chick. What was her name? Darla or something, or what was her? The little redhead.
I'm not really up to date on the Peanuts. I know about them, but I'm not. I don't know the whole history.
You didn't know that girl he always likes, the little redhead. He was always he was in love with, but he was always trying to get through the whole history of Peanuts. I don't think he ever got her, but I can't remember her name. He just called her the little redhead. The little redhead girl. Anyway, and the girl was his sister, right? The girl that not Lucy or Peppermint Patty, but that other girl in the blue dress in the
Sally.
Was that his sister?
It says here, younger sister Sally Brown.
Okay. Sally Brown.
Wow, that struck the funny bone.
That was a good one. I like that. Sally Brown. Okay. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, we'll have to find out. Anybody knows the name of the redheaded girl that Charlie Brown was in love with? Let us know. They may not have ever said her name. I don't think they ever said her name. They just said the little redheaded girl. I don't know. Time to get out of here.
Everyone, I'm trying to read, see if I can find out about the little redheaded girl.
Well, just type in Google. Just say who's the little redheaded girl Charlie Brown liked. I'm sure it'll tell you. It'll probably say the little redhead girl. The little redheaded girl. But God, I can't remember. I don't even know if they ever said it was her name. Was it? I don't think they did.
Yeah, let's see. I think it just says little redheaded girl on their Peanuts Wikipedia.
Yeah, they never said the name of her. It just said that was he had a crush on her or something, and he was always trying to get her attention. So,
I guess she was unseen in the beginning.
Yeah, you never saw her, but I think they did show her at one time. Does it say they showed her once or something?
It says her name is given as Heather in the 1977 animated TV special It's Your First Kiss, Charlie Brown.
Oh, her name's Heather?
Heather Wold. Wold, her last name.
Wold?
Yeah, I guess they use her in the 2015 movie.
Oh, okay. So she did kiss him? She kissed him on the cheek, huh? And he got all red?
Beats me. I have to now read. You have to read about the movie now.
No, I'm talking about on the cartoon.
I don't know about the cartoon.
I think she did. I think for something, she kissed him on the cheek, and then his big head got all red.
Well, it came out in. It was. I guess it was first aired on CBS on October 24th, 1977. So.
October 20 on my birthday.
October 24th.
You see?
Were you born in 77?
No, I was alive.
You were like, what, 15 years old or something?
No, I was a little kid, little guy. 15. Okay, so yeah, but I saw the rerun. Yeah, see how is he turning red?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, there you go. I
And
remember.
so she.
Well, her hair's red. Her cheeks aren't red, is she? She's not embarrassed. I think he is.
Yeah.
Anyway, now we finally figured out her name is Heather, the little redhead. I couldn't remember that part.
I guess you just started as a little redhead and then just finally gave her a name.
Yeah, they let that cliffhanger go for years. They finally figured, let's get another ratings booster after 10 years or however long that was. How long was Peanuts around? The actual animation on TV. Not the film clip, the cartoon strip, but the when they finally put it on TV.
I don't know.
It's before the 70s, you think? 70, 69?
I'm tired of Googling. You know what? We'll leave it as a cliffhanger for the next episode.
Okay. Next week we'll find out.
Text Teddy when he has a break from the landscaping to have him find out, and he can report it next week.
Yeah, when he's sitting in the hacienda with all the other Mexicans and their sandals. You notice that when Eddie does hard yard work, he wears sandals.
I've never seen Eddie do hard yard
with no socks on. You know how people think when they say they have a green thumb, Eddie got a green toe. All right, let's get out of here. That's gonna be Eddie's new nickname when he comes back.
Green toe.
Eddie Green Toe. Eddie Green Toe. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget our podcast. Go to all podcast platforms where podcasts are. Type in the M25 show and what is it called? Subscribe or follow?
Subscribe. Follow it. Yeah.
Subscribe or follow to our page. That helps us out. It helps spread the word about our show. And on YouTube, do the same. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. That helps spread us on YouTube too. It helps us out, and we would appreciate it if you did it. And we like that you listen and keep listening. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be
Scheduled.
back. That's right. Birthday show. I forgot it was a birthday. I got so much going on right now, but it's a birthday show, and Alberto's finally going to get me a present after 10 years. It's just a video clip. See, it took 10 years for you to do something for me.
You know what? I'll be next Thursday morning. I'll be trying to get it together at the last second.
Oh, you'll be doing it while we're doing the show?
Yeah.
You'll be back on the computer behind you?
You know what? I'll just do the old phone to the microphone thing.
Oh, here we go. You just tell me to record it from my phone here?
Yeah.
While you're playing it live on the show?
Yeah.
All right. So next week, guys, tune in. Same time next Thursday. And we're going to have another good show. Have a good time. And we'd like to thank our guest that was on today, Sandy Cohen. And go find her on Instagram, right, Alberto? And that is... Let me look here. I had it queued up. Here she is. Let me say the name right. It's You Know Sandy. And it's all smashed together. No spaces. You Know Sandy. Type that in on Instagram and that's her page, and you can contact her if you want to see what kind of services she offers on self-help or her writings or anything, and talk to her. She's good at what she does. All right, Alberto, we will talk to you soon, and we'll see everybody next week.
Yep.
All righty. Huh?
Everybody's scheduled to be here next week, so.
Yes, everybody's back next week. Eddie and Alyssa will be back next week, and Alberto and myself, of course, will be here too with them. So tune in next week. We're going to have another great show. So we'll see everybody then.
All right.
Bye-bye.
I play that song, don't it take you